And a very pleasant good evening, everyone, and welcome to Don Johnson Stadium on the campus of East Newton High School. The Cassville Wildcats on the road tonight, week number 8 of the high school football season as they travel over to take on the Patriots. Cassville battling East Newton here tonight on the Talon Sports Network, and we're glad to be with you on KQMO 97.7 FM, also live streaming video tonight on CassvilleWebTV.com and YouTube, and you can also listen to the live streaming audio at RadioTalon.com. Sammy Clapper along with Jeremy Marple, Todd Speakman running the camera for us again this week on Web TV, and we're pleased to be here for another week of high school football. Cassville Wildcats on the road. The Wildcats come in with a record of 5-2. They're 3-1 in the Big 8 West. Of course, the Big 8 standings are going to be all topsy-turvy because some teams have played a lot more in-division conference games than others, and they're going to be left out when it comes to the end of the season because they're not going to be able to make up some of those lost games due to COVID-19. So the Big 8 West and East kind of turned upside down, but district implications are on the line here as we go to the final 2 weeks of the regular season. And Cassville currently in first place in Class 3 District 6 with that 5-2 record. But with Aurora winning again last week at Marshfield, the Hound Dogs have closed the gap down to less than 2 points behind Cassville for that top spot in the district. Only 6 teams in Class 3 District 6 this year, with Nevada and Monette going to Class 4. So only the top 3 teams in the district will get a home game in the first round. And if it goes according to Hoyle like they have in the past with 6-team districts, those top 2 teams will more than likely get a first round bye in week number 10. So we'll see how all that plays out. We've still got 2 weeks of the regular season to go. And first up, the Patriots here tonight at East Newton, a place Cassville has had a lot of success at, and they've also had some disappointment at. So we'll see what happens here tonight. We've got a beautiful night for high school football once again. It's more like football weather with temperatures going to get down in the 40s before this one's over.
You and I were talking about the weather earlier and noticed the wind. Not much of a wind factor tonight. So temperature is going to be just fine for the players. Fans will be layered up a little bit in some light jackets and hoodies. But you're correct, just going to be an absolutely perfect night for high school football.
East Newton comes in with a record of 1-5. Their win at Seneca over the Indians. They also lost in overtime to Monette, and they scored 28 points against Mount Vernon. So they're capable of putting some offense up on the scoreboard. But the last 3 weeks they've been blown out by Marshfield and Nevada, and sandwiched in between that was a game that got canceled against McDonald County.
Yeah, and you just don't know. We talk about it every week. You don't know the story. You don't know the situation. There were kids COVID casualties, caught up in quarantines. Wildcats are going to be dealing with some of that tonight. But everybody's dealing with the same thing, so you just got to go out and take care of business. This district is still open, certainly for the first 2 seeds, possibly the first top 3. So you just got to go out and take care of business and try to win games.
Cassville, the top spot in the district. Aurora in second, Mount Vernon third. Then it's Hollister, Seneca, and Reed Spring. Tonight, Reed Spring is at Aurora, so that has a lot of district implications on it. Mount Vernon is taking on Hollister tonight. That's another one, the 3 seed right now, Mount Vernon, going up against the 4 seed Hollister. On the other side, you've got Marshfield and Rogersville. Those are Class 4 schools. They are playing each other tonight in Rogersville. Monette is on the road at Springfield Catholic. Catholic just coming back from a 3-week absent last week, and they beat Mount Vernon. And then you got Nevada at McDonald County, Lamar at Seneca, the other Big 8 matchups tonight.
Some interesting games to keep an eye on. To be honest with you, that Nevada-Mack County game becomes very interesting. We saw Nevada last week putting up a lot of points, 56, I believe, in the ball game. So we know they're capable of scoring. Mack County has scored a lot of points, but they've given up a lot of points too. So that's going to be an interesting to keep an eye on. And also, I think, keep a good eye on that Reed Spring Aurora game.
Whether it's balls or strikes, fouls or flags, your referees and game officials are a vital part of high school athletics. If you've ever tried your hand at officiating, you know how hard these men and women work, and you certainly know they would never miss a call intentionally. Keep these things in mind when you attend sporting events. After all, respecting officials and authority figures is one of the most valuable lessons that we can teach our students. This sportsmanship reminder brought to you by Access Family Care. They've got locations in Cassville, Neosho, Aurora, Mount Vernon, and Joplin. Tonight's broadcast of Wildcat football also brought to you by Tomlin's Jewelry and Gifts. They're on the square in Cassville. If you're looking for a special jewelry item or gift for that special someone, Tomlin's Jewelry's been doing it right for over 55 years. Also on the square in Cassville, Sports World. They've moved to the 709 Main Street, right there on the east side of the Cassville Square. They do screen printing, embroidering, sporting goods. They've got trophies, school, athletic clothing, all at Sports World. You can give them a call, 417-847-5366. Cassville on the road tonight. We still got about 16 minutes before tonight's opening kickoff, so we'll take a break and be back with more of tonight's pregame. You're listening to Big 8 Football here on the Talon Network. Back at East Newton, the Wildcats on the road tonight taking on the Patriots. It's time for tonight's field condition report. It's brought to you by Security Insurance in Cassville. What condition is your insurance in? Are you covered for the hazards of weather or unexpected losses? Call Security Insurance at 847-8384. That's 847-8384. Well, the field looks really nice. It's one of the few fields that still have the natural grass, as we talked about. A lot of teams in the Big 8 have gone to artificial service, but here at Don Johnson Stadium, they've still got the grass fields. And despite the lack of rain we've had in the last 2 or 3 weeks, a lot of green out there, and it looks to be in really good shape for tonight's ball game.
You know, we've been over here. We've seen this field in a lot of different conditions.
Yeah, we've seen about everything except snow.
Underwater and, you know, everything in between. But you're right, tonight, cut nice and short. Paint looks good. The lines look good. Everything's standing out. I think it's going to play good tonight as well. Field's
in great shape here tonight for this Big 8 battle. And, again, the field condition brought to you by Security Insurance. Give them a call in Cassville, 847-8384. That's 847-8384. Time for the Wildcat Keys to Victory. It's brought to you by Mark Whittemeyer and the crew at Westco Home Furnishings in Cassville. They're looking forward to a great season of Wildcat football. And just like the quality portrayed by each player on the field, they offer that same quality merchandise and customer service. And it looks like we may have to forgo this just a moment and back it up and do the Keys to Victory after the national anthem, because they're bringing the flag out onto the field and the band. Trying to see where the band is. Oh, there they are. I see them.
I think we can go ahead and get it in.
I think we can, because it looks like they've got a little ceremony going on in the south end zone. So Keys to Victory tonight. Got some players out. They're going to have to put some new pieces in, going to have to move some guys around, but that's been happening now for the last 2 or 3 weeks. So those new guys continuing to step up and fill roles, that's going to happen again tonight.
Yeah, and the guys that you know, it's just going to be a depth issue tonight, Sammy. Not going to have a lot of rest maybe out here tonight. So guys are going to have to play extended reps, things of that nature. And it is what it is. You got to go get it done.
One of the players that's out tonight is the kicker, so we don't talk a lot about field positioning, because normally Reese is kicking it in the end zone and everyone's having to start at the 20, but that could come into play tonight. You might not be working with those 80-yard drives that you're accustomed to your defense going up against an offense. So defense is going to have to be on its toes and be ready to make some stops.
So not only that, but your coverage unit's going to have to play well. You're not going to see the Wildcats kicking the ball in the end zone, I don't believe, tonight. So the coverage unit's going to have to play well, limit the returns, and give their defense a chance, not working with short fields.
We're not sure how many of the Patriot offensive skill players have been affected by things and not being able to play tonight. We did see one in street clothes already, but how many more have been having to shift around? So it goes back to the old thing, controlling the line of scrimmage and controlling the clock, keeping the ball away from them, because they've got a lot of different guys that can hurt you at any time.
Well, you give them, they've got guys that if they get the ball in space, they can make you pay. So you're just going to have to play disciplined football, and as you said, take control of the line of scrimmage, take control of the game early, run the football, dominate up front, shorten the game as much as possible.
Again, the Wildcat Keys to Victory brought to you by Westco Home Furnishings. They invite you to stop by and view their wide selection of furniture, mattresses, and appliances at 109 West State Street in Cassville. You can find them online at westcohome.com. Band is now making its way out on the field, so we're going to take a break. The national anthem that the Patriot Marching Band will be playing for the crowd here tonight is brought to you by Berry County Ready Mix. You can visit them at any of their convenient locations. They're in Shell Knob, Cassville, and Eagle Rock. You can call their Cassville office for a free estimate at 847-3200. That's 847-3200. Berry County Ready Mix bringing you the national anthem. We'll step aside and be back with more right after this. Back at Don Johnston Stadium, Cassville on the road tonight, taking on the Patriots. We will now go over the Cassville Wildcats starting lineup, and I will add a little to this before I start reading the names. I got this starting lineup back midweek, so there have been some changes to this starting lineup that will affect tonight's football game for the Cassville Wildcats. Wildcat starting lineup brought to you by Fast Trip, 104 South Main in Cassville. Great prices and friendly service is what you'll find at Fast Trip. Stop by today. Locally owned by Mike and Anita Carr. Now, we do know the backfield should be intact. Hayden Sink, quarterback, 6'4", 230 senior. Running backs, Jericho Ferris, 5'10", 185 senior. And Zach Kanan, 6 foot 1 inch, 215 pound senior. One receiver, Spencer Moeller, 5'8", 170 senior. The other receiver was going to be Drake Reese, but we know that has been changed around. Tight end, Killian Barbie, 6'2", 205 senior. And across the offensive line, unless some adjustments have had to be made, center, Zach Carney, 6'1", 240 senior. Right guard, Jaden Rybert, 6'4", 290 senior. Hunter Chastain, 6'1", 225 senior at right tackle. Left guard, Patrick Dunker, 6', 285 senior. And Brady Schweer, left tackle, 5'11", 245 senior. On the defensive side, Patrick Dunker and Jaden Rybert up front at the defensive tackles. The defensive ends were set to be Michael Morgan and Hunter Chastain. Linebackers, Killian Barbie and Zach Kanan, along with Spencer Moeller. And then the cornerbacks, Jake Anthony's and Jerome Ewing. And at the safeties, Jericho Ferris. And they had been looking to put Drake Reese back there at free safety, but that has to be changed as well. It looks like Cutter Hicks is going to be back there in the secondary tonight for the Wildcats. So some adjustments having to be made with some contact isolation going on for the Wildcats. And, of course, East Newton having to deal with the same thing tonight. Both benches are going to be a little shorter than usual here for this Big 8 football game this evening. Again, tonight's Wildcat starting lineup brought to you by Fast Trip. If you're looking for fuel, grocery items, fountain drinks, ice cream, or snacks, they have it all and at the very best prices. Fast Trip, 104 South Main in Cassville, locally owned by Mike and Anita Carr. And even though you know it's something you're going to have to deal with from week to week, it's still something that you can't totally 100% prepare for. You just have to do your best and hope for the best each Friday night.
Well, and you're exactly right. It changes day to day. I mean, you may have it may be Thursday. It may be Friday morning of the game, and you get notification that somebody's been in contact. So you never know. You got to be flexible. It's so unfortunate and frustrating for everybody involved. But you've got to be able to get through it and trust your depth and go play football.
Well, they're going to have the coin toss now, and the coin toss is brought to you by the Clark Center. They have offices in Berry, Lawrence, and Dade counties. You can find them online at clarkmentalhealth.com to find the phone number for services in your area. Clark Community Mental Health Center, moving forward, improving lives and communities through compassion and care. Captains meeting with the officials out at the 50-yard line. Wildcats coached by Lance Parnell. Patriots guided by a coach that Cassville fans will remember, Kyle Wood. He was at Cassville for a while, went to Monette. Now he's been the head coach over here at East Newton for the last 2 seasons.
Yeah, and he's doing a nice job. He's changing the culture of this program. He's got a good staff put together, and kids are buying in for him. So he's done a nice job.
Cassville has won the toss, and they have deferred their option to the second half. So the Wildcats will be kicking off tonight's ball game to the Patriots. Again, the coin toss brought to you by Clark Mental Health Center. You can find them online, clarkmentalhealth.com, for services in your area. They serve Berry, Lawrence, and Dade County. East Newton in their home red jerseys, red pants, white helmets with the blue numbers on the side. Cassville in the road white jerseys with black pants, black helmets with the Wildcat on the helmet. And they've got the black numbers on the jerseys. The Patriots have the white numbers on the jerseys, so hopefully that'll help us out here. A little bit dark in the old press box, but maybe we'll be able to see numbers a little better tonight.
Yeah, it's getting, as the years go by, Sammy, it's getting where I have to concentrate and squint just a little more every Friday night.
I've been having the glasses for the last 3 seasons, and you still have to squint and concentrate a little bit. So we'll see what happens here this evening. Dropping back deep for the Patriots will be Riley Downham. As he drops back at his own 10-yard line, he'll be flanked back there by Nathan Evie. And I believe it was, well, I'll see if I can check a number here in just a minute. I can't see. He's way over there on the opposite side. Hernan Hernandez is going to be kicking things off tonight as he will take over the kicking duties for the Wildcats with Drake Reese out. Cassville kicking from our left to right. The Wildcat kickoff brought to you as always by Baywash Car Wash. A clean car is a happy car. That makes you feel good. The kick bounces at the 21-yard line, scooped up back at the 15 as it's hauled in there by Evie, and Evie will bring it back between the hashes, turns it upfield across the 30, out to around the 35-yard line. So the Patriots with decent starting field position on their first drive of the night. They'll start at their own. Well, it looks like he started to put it at the 36, and then he backs up to the 35.
Yeah, nice return there by Evie. Picked up the football fairly near the East Newton sideline. He decided to pick it up and return the football back towards the middle of the field for a decent gain there.
Tonight's first quarter brought to you by Michael's Hardware, 186 Sale Barn Road in Cassville. For your project questions, call Michael's. Friendly folks, serious hardware. Patriots go with double flank, and they go with the pistol formation, offset to the right side. Cassville with a 4-4 front, and the ball is pitched to Downham. Downham trying to get to the right edge, and he runs into 2 or 3 Cassville defenders. He's going to be dropped for about a half-a-yard loss on the play as the Cassville defense there rises to the occasion on first down.
Yeah, just a big-time pursuit to the ball right there. Nice job at the point of attack along that defensive line. Got linebackers coming up and filling. Nice play.
Well, they give him progress back to the 35, so it'll be no gain on the play. And it'll bring up second down and 10, just underway in quarter number 1. East Newton hosting Cassville here tonight in this Big 8 West matchup. Tanner Youngblood, the quarterback for the Patriots, gives it to Downham again. This time he fakes it. No, I'm sorry. He fakes it and gives a little shuttle underneath. Nice job of misdirection and ball faking there by Youngblood as he gets it to Matthew Knight. And Knight trying to bring it to the Patriots sideline, gets to the 32, but gets dropped there, and that's going to be a 3-yard loss.
Yeah, nice job, Spencer Moeller right there stepping up, playing disciplined football on the backside. The play Patriots ran right there. We saw the Lamar Tigers run that against the Wildcats for big gains all night long. This time the Wildcats haven't played well.
So it'll be third down and 13, and Youngblood rolling to his right's got a little time, lets it fly. The ball sails on him a little bit, and Jericho Ferris comes up into the back of the receiver. He tried to come over the shoulder pad and knock it away, but there was a collision out at the 50-yard line, and a penalty flag is on the ground.
Yeah, I think they're going to say that Ferris may have gotten there a little too soon. Looked like he tried to hold up and just play a little defense over the top. May have had an opportunity to step in front there. Just got there a little too quick and into the back of the receiver.
So it will be pass interference against Cassville. And it's going to mark off 15 yards, and that will give the Patriots a first down out at the East Newton 47.
Frustrating penalty right there. Hustle play by Ferris, but frustrating nonetheless. You've got the Patriots behind the chains, and penalty's going to pick up that first down.
So first and 10, East Newton still on their side of midfield. Youngblood this time up under center. He's got a lone setback behind him, and he pitches the ball back to him, and that's Riley Downham. Downham trying to get to the short side of the field, and he is driven out of bounds by Zach Kanan. Got his way back to the line of scrimmage, but that's about it.
Yeah, really good play there. Linebacker Kanan stepping up, reading the play, scraping right down that line of scrimmage, forcing the ball carrier out right on the Patriot sideline.
Well, they do give him about a half a yard on the pickup, so second down and nearly 10 to go. We'll call it second down and 9. Youngblood this time from the shotgun. He's got the double flankers once again, and Downham gets the call right up the middle. He powers his way across the 50 into Cassville territory as he falls down to the Wildcat 49.
Some power football right there. I believe that was Evie on the carry, Sammy.
Yeah, excuse me, it was Evie, so just, correction there.
Yeah, just straight ahead at the Wildcat defense.
Nathan Evie, he is a junior running back. Nice size at 6 foot. Only weighs 170 pounds, though, but did a good job there going right into the heart of the Cassville defense and picked up 3 yards. So it'll bring up third down and 6. Youngblood looking to throw. He passes underneath, and it's over the head of the intended receiver, Quentin Lewis, and right in and out of the hands of Hernan Hernandez. That would have been a pick 6 because I don't think anybody could have got to the sidelines to cut him off if he could have held on to that football.
Ball was tipped. Hernandez made a break on the football, tipped right in front of him. He did hit his hands, and you're right, Sammy. He caught that ball. If he catches it, he's in stride and off to the races.
So that'll bring up fourth down and 6 now for the Patriots. Youngblood is the punter as well, so you always got to be wary of that. As even with Coach Wood, the coach, there's always some trickeration going on with the Patriots. Hernan Hernandez back at his own 15, calls for a fair catch and hauls it in there. And the Wildcats hold the Patriots on the first drive of the night, and Cassville takes over at their own 15.
Well, nice job there by Hernandez, stepping up, catching the football, not allowing the Patriots to pin the ball inside the 5-yard line. Nice job. Wildcat offense coming out on the field, and we'll see what kind of game plan they put together tonight.
So a 34-yard kick, no return. 1st and 10, Cassville at their own 15. 9:30 left to go in the opening quarter. Still no score. The Wildcats with their first possession of the night. They split receivers right and left. Give a little new look there. Hayden Sink from the shotgun, and now we got whistles at the snap of the football, and East Newton calls a timeout. They've never seen that look out of the Wildcat offense before, and Coach Wood wants to talk it over with his defense.
Well, the Wildcats start out bunched up in the backfield, and a clap of the hands by the quarterback, Hayden Sink, and now all of a sudden you have 5 wide, nobody in the empty backfield, and Patriots going to burn a timeout right here and talk about this. Wildcats trying to come out and catch the defense asleep there.
Sink has thrown for 370 yards and 3 touchdowns, and that was despite missing a couple of games when he was injured earlier in the year. Main ball carrier has been Jericho Ferris. He's been healthy all season. He's ran for 930-plus yards and 14 touchdowns. Zach Kanan coming back mid-season after being injured to start the season. He's carried for 270-plus yards and 4 TDs for the Wildcats. Leading receivers Drake Reese, over 350 yards and 4 touchdown receptions, but he is out of the ball game this evening. So Cassville 1st and 10 at their own 15. Again, they're bunched up. This time they send a lone receiver to the right, and they split the backfield. Now they go the full house backfield, and they give the ball to Ferris. And Ferris got a couple of lead blockers. He's across the 20, across the 25, out across the 30, still on his feet. Powers his way out to the 40-yard line before he is taken down by a Patriot double team.
Now the Wildcats come out, go 5 wide, timeout's called. They come back, they go wishbone formation, power football off the right side. Nice run there by Jericho Ferris.
Gain of 25 yards on the first carry of the night for Ferris and a Wildcat first down. The Wildcat first down is brought to you by Superior Metal. You can find them online at superiormetalsalesinc.com. Patriots with a 4-man front as well. Cassville going to run the ball between the tackles, and the quarterback Sink keeps it himself, dives off right side, and picks up a couple of yards out to the 42.
Yeah, nice play defensively there by the Patriots. Sink faking to Kanan going through. He tried to turn right in behind him, but the Patriots right there for a short gain.
So 2nd down and 8 now for Cassville. 8.5 left to go here in the opening quarter. Still no score. The Wildcats with their first offensive possession of the night. They started back at their own 15. They've got it out to the 42-yard line. Unbalanced to the right. Now Moeller goes in motion, resets up on the left side, and the Wildcats are going to run that direction. They pitch the ball to Kanan. He's got the edge. He's across the 45, across the 50, picks up the first down into Patriot territory, down to the East Newton 46 or 47-yard line.
The Wildcats bring Moeller in motion and set him up on the left side of the offense. Run that toss sweep to the big back. Zach Kanan showed a nice burst of speed, was able to get to the edge, turn downfield, and another first down for the Wildcats. Good run there.
Yeah, they put him all the way down at the 45-yard line, so it's a pickup of 12 with the Wildcat first down, brought to you by Superior Metal. They're first in metal roofing. You can look them up on Facebook or YouTube and request a free quote. Here comes Ferris. He tries to get to the edge. He's across the 40. He breaks it down the sidelines. 30, 20, makes a cut back at the 15, at the 5, into the end zone. Touchdown, Cassville.
Well, you could see, Sammy, as Ferris took that handoff, he started around the right edge, and just about the 40-yard line, you could see how things were stacking up, and just a great burst of speed to get downfield. Nice cutback move right around the 12-yard line, taking some contact on into the end zone, but big play there for this Wildcat offense.
45-yard touchdown run for Ferris. The Wildcat touchdown brought to you by Willis Insurance on the square in Cassville and also in the Bridgeway Plaza in Shell Knob. Willis Insurance, your trusted choice insurance agent. With Reese out, Hernan Hernandez will be kicking the extra point out of the hold of Cutter Hicks. The kick is up, and it is no good. It is hooked wide to the left. So with 7:54 left to go in the opening quarter, it's 6-0. Cassville with the lead after the long touchdown run by Ferris. Took the Wildcats just 4 plays to go the 85 yards. And they jump out to the early 6-0 lead here on the road at East Newton.
A good first drive of the game for the Wildcats as they march the ball down the field, ultimately ending in 6 after a big play, explosive play by Ferris. Wildcat fans have watched him do that most of the season, just accumulating touchdowns. Just been a really nice player for the Wildcats this season.
Riley Downham, Matthew Knight, and Nathan Evie drop back deep to await the kick of Hernandez. The Wildcat kickoff brought to you by Baywash Car Wash. They've got the IQ Soft Cloth Automatic. It features custom wash technology that gives you the perfect wash every time. Drop by Baywash Car Wash. Clean car is a happy car, and that makes you feel good. So the Wildcats find pay dirt on their first possession of the evening. East Newton had to punt their first drive, and now they're going to get it back for the second time. Hernandez boots this one down inside the 20, bounces in front of Downham. He'll pick it up at about the 18, brings it out from there, and is hit hard as he crosses the 25-yard line and is taken to the ground. A good open field one-on-one tackle there.
Nice job, Bryson Jacobson, freshman for this Wildcat football team. Nice job in coverage there. No fear, flying down the field, makes a nice hit, brings the ball carrier down.
Looks like they're going to spot him down at the 29, so that's where the Patriots will start their second possession of the night. 7:48 left to go here in the opening quarter. Tonight's first quarter brought to you by Michael's Hardware. Let them quarterback your project. Michael's Hardware. Friendly folks, serious hardware. Evie gets the call, and off right tackle he flies, and he is upended just short of the 35-yard line.
Hole opened up on the right side there for the Patriots. Evie able to get through there, brought down, looked like Barbie there, the outside linebacker on that side, made the play.
It's a gain of 5, and it'll bring up 2nd down and 5 for the Patriots. East Newton picked up a first down on their opening drive, but then were forced to punt. 2nd down and short. They go unbalanced to the left. Youngblood again operating from the shotgun, rolling to his right, and he's got an open field over there, and he's got the first down and runs out of bounds just short of the 45-yard line.
A hitsy play there by senior quarterback Youngblood, taking the snap, rolling to the short side of the field over near the Wildcat sideline. May have had a wide receiver open downfield, but nobody out in front of him. He saw he could pick up an easy first down right there, made the right call, ran for it himself.
Spot him out of bounds at the 43, so it's a pickup of 9 for Youngblood. 1st and 10, Patriots. Down to 7 minutes now left to go here in the opening quarter. Cassville leading 6-0. Wildcats stay with the 4-man front. Patriots go double slot this time, or double flankers, I should say, and Evie gets the call, and he sneaks his way through across the 45 out to the 49 and picks up about 6 yards.
Yeah, Evie got in behind that offensive line, ran patiently, got down behind those pads, ran hard. Good gain there on first down.
He's got 14 yards already on 5 carries, the leading ball carrier for the Patriots. Of course, they're without Ethan Brummett, their leading ball carrier on the season. He is in street clothes tonight. They're going to give the ball to Evie again. He's hit from behind and dragged backwards. They do give him progress back to the 49, so it'll be no gain on the play, and it'll bring up 3rd down.
Yeah, good job there on the defensive line of the Wildcats. Wildcats in a 4-4, 4 down linemen, 4 linebackers, 3 in the secondary, solo safety back there. So they're really they're set up to attack a run game tonight.
We hit the midway point of the opening quarter, 6-0. Cassville with the lead. East Newton facing 3rd down and nearly 5 to go. Youngblood keeps it himself, and he's under pressure. Cassville comes with the blitz off of the edge. It's Barbie, and he brings him down back at the 42-yard line for a big loss on the play.
Good play call defensively right there. Good, the perfect place to bring pressure. Youngblood trying to roll that way, rolled right towards Barbie. Barbie able to lasso the tall, lanky quarterback, 6'4". Barbie able to get a hold of him, bring him down for a big sack.
It's a loss of 7, and it'll bring up 4th down and 11. And Youngblood will again be forced to punt. Here comes the pressure up the middle. Kanan nearly got to the kicker, but the kick is away. It bounces at the 26, rolls inside the 25, and is blown dead down around the 21 or 22-yard line.
Wildcats bringing a little bit of pressure right there. Youngblood taking some time getting those punts away. Don't be surprised if you don't see the Wildcats come after one pretty hard here before long.
36-yard kick, no return. It's 1st and 10 Cassville, this time at their own 32. Wildcats take over with 5:24 left to go here in the first half, in the first quarter. First quarter action just a little over halfway through quarter number one. Wildcats with a 6-0 lead. Back to a more traditional formation. Sink up under center. Split backfield. They give it to Ferris. Ferris behind the lead blocking of Kanan. Turns the corner and takes it out to the 28-yard line. He's able to pick up. Looks like about 6 yards. And it'll bring up 2nd down and 4.
The Wildcats really attacking the edge here. They're able to get to the outside with Ferris's speed, and good gain there on 1st down. Just power football following Kanan around that right edge.
Of course, Ferris has got over 70 yards already. He had the long 45-yard touchdown run. He also had a 20-yard run. So he stacked up a lot of yardage on his first few carries of the night. And this time he takes it for a Cassville first down out to the 35. The Wildcat first down brought to you by Superior Metal Sales. You can find them online at superiormetalsales.inc.com or give them a call, 888-364-9527.
And once again, the Wildcats attacking the short side of the field, heading towards the Patriots sideline. Just some power football off right tackle once again.
It's a gain of 8 yards for Ferris. 1st and 10 Wildcats. Right up the middle, Kanan gets the call, and he is tripped up at the line of scrimmage, falls forward for a gain of 1, maybe 2. One of the Patriot defenders got into the legs of Kanan and dropped him after a short pickup.
Not a lot of room to work with there by Kanan. A good job at the point of attack by the Patriot defensive line. And you're right, somebody from the ground was able to make that play, was able to get up and up in Kanan before he could get going.
It's a gain of just a couple. It'll bring up 2nd down and 8. Cassville stays with the split backfield. Kanan this time around the left edge. He's got the 1st down and more. He's across the 50-yard line and takes it into Patriot territory. Good run by Zach Kanan.
Not much room to work with straight ahead. This time they go off left tackle, and Kanan showing some little shiftiness right there. He was able to make a move or two as he worked his way downfield for that big 1st down.
It's a gain of 12, and it'll bring up 1st and 10 Cassville. The Wildcat first down brought to you by Superior Metal. They're first in custom ag buildings. You can find them on Facebook or YouTube and then give them a call for a free quote. Wildcats with a 6-0 lead, driving the football now across midfield. 3:30 left to go here in the opening quarter. Sink pitches the ball back to Ferris. He's got a block on the edge. He's inside the 40, at the 30. One man to beat. 15, 10, 5, into the end zone. Touchdown, Wildcats.
Yeah, Wildcats run the option game around the right edge right there, and a really nice job by Sink taking the football right at that last defender along the line of scrimmage, taking that contact pitch perfect to Ferris. Ferris then just used the jets and just outran the defense down the field into the end zone. Another big play from Jericho Ferris in this Wildcat offense.
Ferris goes 49 yards for the touchdown, his 2nd rushing touchdown of the night. He now has unofficially 133 yards rushing, and we still got 3 minutes left to go in the opening quarter. Hernandez to try to the extra point out of the hold of Hicks. The kick is up, and it is good. Hernan Hernandez tacks on the point after, and it's 13-0. Cassville with the lead, 3:21 left to go in quarter number 1.
Once again, Wildcat offense, very efficient. 2 possessions, 2 touchdowns, both ending in big plays. And just you're seeing speed and athleticism out of Jericho Ferris out here tonight. Nearly 130 yards here in this first quarter. Wow.
So he is off to a great start here this evening. Cassville on top 13-0 over the Patriots. And the Wildcats will once again be kicking off. The Wildcat kickoff brought to you by Baywash Car Wash. With the IQ Soft Cloth Automatic, it features custom wash technology, and it gives you the perfect wash every time. A clean car is a happy car, and that's what you'll get at Baywash. Tonight's first quarter brought to you by Michael's Hardware. They'll give your to-do list a game plan that's sure to be a winner. Michael's Hardware. Friendly folks, serious hardware, 186 Sale Barn Road in Cassville. A 5-play, 68-yard drive that time. Took 2 minutes off the clock, and the Wildcats add to their lead. Dropping back deep, it's Downham along with Evie and Knight for the Patriots.
Good to see Hernandez hit the extra point right there. Needed that confidence in his kicking game.
Kicks this one down the Patriots sideline. Downham catches it on the run at the 26 as he come up and did not let that one bounce in front of him like he did before.
The ball came out at the end of the play, but I believe the Patriots were able to jump on it.
Yeah, out at the 35-yard line. There was a scramble for it, but it looks like it will remain East Newton's football, and they'll take over 1st and 10 at their own 35.
Yeah, the Patriots dodge a bullet right there. It would have given the Wildcats the ball in great position. But right at the right place at the right time, Patriots able to come out of there with it.
So East Newton football, Wildcats with the 13-0 lead. Youngblood this time up under center. He's got Evie all alone, deep in the backfield. They fake the pitch to him and give inside to Knight. Knight trying to sneak around the left end, but Cassville's defense is there to drop him for about a half a yard loss, or are they going to give him the 35 back? It looks like the nose of the football is touching the 35, so we'll call it 2nd down and 10.
A nice job of the Wildcat defense on the misdirection. Flow of the play going right, handoff coming back against the grain towards the left side. 3 Wildcat defenders right there, really playing disciplined football on the backside. Backside contain right there.
Lone receiver comes out wide to the left. They go unbalanced to the right with a slot and a flanker off to that direction. Running back is off the right hip of Youngblood. He pitches underneath as they try to do a quick hitter right up the middle. Good power shown by the Patriot ball carrier as he pushes his way out nearly to the 37-yard line. And that time it was a new name. Looked like Ty Bowman, a sophomore, showed some good strength there and picks up about 3 yards.
A funky little play, a little toss in front as Bowman took the ball. And I'll tell you what, he was hit, at the line of scrimmage or just after it. And he showed a nice strength right there to pick up that positive yardage.
So 3rd down and nearly 8 to go, almost 8.5 to go for the Patriots. They're 1 for 3 so far on 3rd down conversion tries here early on. Youngblood looking to throw, rolling to his right, now has to step up, now going to have to elude pressure. The pocket's starting to break down, and he is going to be dropped back inside the 30-yard line. Nowhere to go for Youngblood, and it's another sack of the Patriot quarterback.
The play appeared to be designed for a quick hitter, maybe a slant right over the middle, just coverage right there out of the linebacking core in the secondary of the Wildcats, and Youngblood nowhere to go with the football and tried to roll out to his right. He was contained there and just took a big loss right there. Great job in the secondary by the Wildcats and to force that sack.
It's a loss of 8 back to the 29, and the Patriots forced to punt, facing 4th down and long. Youngblood, as we said, is the punter, so you always have to be wary of that if you're the Cassville special teams. Hernandez back at his own 35. Cassville comes up the middle with some pressure again, but Youngblood gets the kick away. It bounces at the 39 and takes a Patriot roll all the way inside the 30, still rolling inside the 25. And a good roll after the ball hit the turf, and Cassville's going to start back at around their own 23-yard line.
Well, when you in your return game, when you have one guy back there, he can't cover the whole field, so it becomes other teams are able to angle punt away from that return man. You have 2 back there. Maybe there's a return man that can step up and field that football, but Hernandez just not able to get over near that Wildcat sideline to recover it.
Looks like they're going to put it down at the 23-yard line, and that's where Cassville will start their 3rd possession of the night, leading 13-0. I formation, twin receivers to the right side. They fake the pitch to Ferris, pass out into the flat to Kanan, makes the catch at the 25. He's got the 30, out across the 35, 40, 45, and finally tripped up out around the 46-yard line. Good catch after the run by Kanan, and he picks up a Cassville 1st down.
Yeah, a little rollout play to the right there. Kanan leaking out of the backfield into the flat. Nice throw on the run. Catch by Kanan. Was able to turn downfield, pick up that 1st down. Good play call on 1st down.
It's a gain of 23 for number 23. And a 1st down for Cassville. The Wildcat 1st down brought to you by Superior Metal Sales. Give them a call at 888-364-9527. Now we got flags at the snap of the football.
Let's see here if looks like they may be pointing towards the Wildcats, and they were. Wildcats trying to hustle and get under center. Somebody got a little head start right there, going to cost them some yards.
It's a 5-yard penalty. It'll take it back to the 41. That's the 2nd flag against Cassville for a total of 20 yards here in the 1st quarter. We still got 31 seconds left to go in quarter number 1. Cassville leading 13-0. They've got it 1st and about 16 at their own 41-yard line. Looking to run off left tackle. The ball is loose. There's a scramble for it between the 40 and 45, and the Patriots have come up with the football. Jericho Ferris got hit right as he turned the corner, and the ball was free, and it looks like East Newton has recovered.
Yeah, wondering if Ferris was expecting that football. It didn't look like the Wildcats were running the option game right there, but it just looked like he wasn't really anticipating getting that football. Took the hit, the ball straight down on the ground, and right there the Patriots to recover.
So they take over at the Cassville 43 with 30 seconds left to go here before the end of the first quarter. So the Patriots with a short field to work with. They hand off inside. And trying to run to the short side of the field is Nathan Evie, and he is upended at about the 41-yard line after a pickup of 2.
Yeah, good job defensively right there. These linebackers are really pursuing to the football tonight for the Wildcats.
Evie's got unofficially 16 yards on, looks like 7 carries so far here in the ball game. Clock continuing to tick away, and that will be the final play of quarter number 1. We've completed a quarter here at Don Johnston Stadium, 13-0. Cassville with the lead. We'll take a break. Be back with quarter number 2. You're listening to Big 8 Football here on the Talon Network.
We'd like to take a moment.
Sammy Clapper and Jeremy Marple, along with Todd Speakman, back here at Don Johnson Stadium. The Patriots and the Cassville Wildcats, Big 8 West football. Cassville leading East Newton 13-0 as we start the second quarter. Tonight's second quarter is brought to you by Roark Diesel. They're just north of Cassville on Highway 37. They're the leader in the region for diesel performance. If your engine's just not right, bring it to Roark Diesel Performance. They specialize in diesel performance. You can give them a call at 847-6560. Now we've got movement prior to the snap of the football. We'll see who jumped first. A couple of the Patriot receivers were moving. Cassville defensive end, Hunter Chastain, was moving. So we'll see who gets the call, and it looks like it's going to go against the Patriots. First flag of the night against East Newton, and that'll back them up 5 yards to the 36-yard line, or 46-yard line. They're on the Cassville side of the 50 right now. First time tonight they've ventured into Cassville territory. Youngblood from the shotgun, rolling to his right, under pressure, pass underneath. It's tipped up in the air, and did the Cassville defender come down with the football? Yes, he did, and that was Killian Barbie. He had a fumble recovery for a touchdown here a couple of weeks ago, and now he gets an interception as the ball bounced off the intended receiver for East Newton, and Barbie, Johnny on the spot, was able to pick the ball out of midair and get it right back for Cassville.
Well, the Patriots right here are trying to run a similar play to the Wildcats, run that running back out of the backfield out in the flat. Barbie getting out in coverage from his linebacker position right there. The ball's tipped, slid on his knees right underneath the football. Big play there for this Wildcat defense.
So Cassville will take over at their own 46, leading 13-0. So each team has now turned the ball over here in the first half. And the Wildcats will send twin receivers out to the right. They've got a lone man to the left, split backfield behind Sink. They give it to Kanan. Kanan power football off right tackle. He's through the midfield stripe and takes it into Patriot territory as he drives his way down to about the 47 or 48-yard line of East Newton.
Yeah, good surge there, the right side of that offensive line. Grind.
Patriots facing 3rd down and nearly 6, and Coach Wood going to call a timeout here. Clock stopped with 8:07 left to go in the first half. Timeout on the field brought to you by Security Bank of Southwest Missouri. Any bank can cash checks, accept deposits, and make loans. But the distinguishing factor between banks is the level of service to the customer. Whether it's a loan decision or the processing of your bank statement, all the decisions and services at Security Bank are generated by the local bank staff in a prompt, fair, and professional manner. Security Bank of Southwest Missouri, member FDIC. Not quite halfway through quarter number 2. Tonight's second quarter brought to you by Roark Diesel. Since 2006, they've been providing a huge selection of diesel performance products for Cassville and the surrounding area. You can find them online at roarkdiesel.com or call 847-6560. Patriots and the Wildcats come back out on the field from the sidelines after the timeout called by East Newton. 8:07 left to go, second quarter. Cassville leading 21-0. A nice, cool, crisp October evening here at Don Johnston Stadium. Patriots send twin receivers to the right, and they bring a man in motion that direction. A pass from Youngblood is out of the intended reach of the receiver, Evie, and it'll fall incomplete. Youngblood still looking for that first completion of the night.
Evie in motion, running parallel to the line of scrimmage. Ball snapped. Youngblood just trying to throw it, trying to swing it out to him. Full head of steam. Wildcats again. The play defended very well as you had Ewing out here. You also had the linebacker Barbie coming out with the motion man. So Wildcats, if that play had been completed, Wildcats were in a pretty good position to make the play.
So it'll bring up 4th down and 6. High snap. Youngblood brings it down. Pressure up the middle, but does not get to the kicker. Another good pump by Youngblood. Boy, it hits the ground and it just takes off. And it goes all the way down inside the 20-yard line, nearly to the 15. So Cassville will be starting deep in their own territory.
It might benefit the Wildcat return man to just move up the football field another 10, 12 yards and give yourself an opportunity to catch the football before it hits the ground in front of you.
Looks like they're going to put it down at the 17. Cassville takes over with 7:49 left to go here in the first half. Good punt by Youngblood. 43-yard kick and no return. Cassville first down. And they pitch the ball to Kanan. Here he comes around the left end. Tackled from behind out at the 25-yard line. Good pursuit that time. I believe that was Ty Bowman coming in from behind and dropping Kanan as he gets to the 26 for a gain of nearly 9 yards.
Yeah, toss sweep around the left edge, wide side of the football field. Kanan trying to run patiently, trying to allow some blocks to set up in front of him. Decided to head downfield. Good gain there. And the Wildcats are having success on first down.
So second down and short. Split backfield, sink under center, pitches it back to Ferris. He's got Kanan leading the way. He's got the first down around the edge, and he goes out across the 35 to the 40-yard line before he is tripped up. Cassville first down brought to you by Superior Metal Sales. You can find them online at SuperiorMetalSalesInc.com and look for examples of what they can custom build for you. Superior Metal Sales in Cassville.
Wildcats obviously want to attack the edges against this Patriot defense. They feel like there's more speed out of that Wildcat backfield, and they've been successful attacking the edges, hitting outside runs.
14 yards for Ferris, and now they go back to the power of Kanan right up the middle. He runs through a couple of defenders. He's inside the 40, still on his feet, down to the 30, makes a cutback, keeps his feet under him down to the 25-yard line. Power running by Kanan, and then he gets into the open, and he was able to show some of the speed and picks up a big first down.
Just as we're talking about the Wildcats trying to attack the edges, they run straight ahead with Kanan, and just a vicious run there by Kanan, breaking through that line of scrimmage, through the linebackers, getting into the secondary, trying to bounce it towards the Patriot sideline, and stiff arming, shaking tacklers, just a very physical runner and run there by Zach Kanan.
It's a gain of 34 and a first down for Cassville. Kanan on the carry. He now has unofficially 80 yards here in the first half. Ferris gets the call as they go back to Jericho Ferris, and he slips down at the 20-yard line, tried to keep his balance on a cutback move, but they say his knee may have touched down back around the 21 or 22. And it looks like they're going to put it at the 21 for a gain of nearly 5, and it'll bring up second down and 5.
Well, you watch Ferris running the football tonight. It just looks like at any moment he can take it to the house, and it looks like that's what he's trying to do every run is get to the house. And he's had a couple nearly 50-yard runs already here tonight.
6 minutes left to go in the first half. Cassville leading 21-0. Second down and 5. They pitch the ball to Ferris. Kanan leading the way. Cuts it back at the 20 and is brought down at about the 16-yard line. He does pick up the first down, I believe. They're checking it, and
look at it.
We're going to have a measurement. He's right there close. He needed to get to the 16 to have the 5 yards, and they're going to bring the chains on. We haven't had a measurement for a long time. First down measurement brought to you, as always, by White Funeral Home. They measure their success by the satisfaction of those they serve. At White Funeral Home, they give the extra measure to help those that come to them in their time of family need. So the chains are being stretched out. We've got an official between us and the football, so we'll have to wait and see what the referee says. He's peeking over the shoulder, and it looks like he's signaling fourth down.
Just short.
By mere inches.
Well, the Wildcats are going to go for this right here, Sammy. Very confident in their big back package. And how many times have we seen the quarterback sneak right here with the big senior quarterback for the Wildcats, Hayden Sink?
So Cassville 0 for 1 on third down conversion tries here this evening. And this one's third down and short, and Sink just going to keep it himself and plows right ahead and has the first down and more as he takes it all the way down to the 12-yard line, picks up 4 yards.
Yeah, 4 yards on the quarterback sneak right there. Needed about an inch. And he was just big. A good push up front by the offensive line. 230-pound quarterback coming at you, too. That's tough to deal with.
Wildcat First Down brought to you by Superior Metal Sales. You can find them on Facebook or YouTube and then request a free quote. SuperiorMetalSalesInc.com. Clock continues to move as we're closing in on 5 minutes left to go before halftime, and the Wildcats looking to add to their lead. Split backfield, receivers right and left once again. Kanan gets the call up the middle, dragging a couple of tacklers with him, and he takes it down to the 5-yard line. Zach Kanan had somebody grabbing him around the waist, but he just kept the legs pushing and powering forward, and he is able to pick up 7 yards.
Yeah, straight ahead, good power run there by Kanan. He was hit as he got the handoff and was able to rip out of that tackle, and you called it, just dragging tacklers along with him. Again, very physical run by Kanan.
So second down and about 2.5 to go, just outside the 5. Sink gives it to Kanan, sidesteps a man at the line of scrimmage and takes it into the end zone. Touchdown, Cassville.
Little trap play there. Kanan taking that handoff. Good job up front. Wildcat offensive line clearing the way for Kanan. Took care of the rest into the end zone. Another Wildcat score.
So Kanan joins the trio of Cassville ball carriers to score tonight. Sink and Ferris have also put the ball into the end zone. And the Wildcat touchdown brought to you by Willis Insurance. If you're at the lake, come on in and see Willis Insurance in Shell Knob at the Bridgeway Plaza for auto, home, health, life, and commercial insurance. You can call their Shell Knob office at 858-3747. The extra point by Hernandez is on the way, and it is no good. So the Wildcat extra point is missed, and the Wildcat extra point brought to you by the barbecue station. You can get your bib on at the barbecue station. They're located 900 Main on the north side of the Cassville, actually just about a half a block north of the square there in Cassville. Call 847-0470 for all your catering needs. The barbecue station, the best in Texas-style barbecue served every day in downtown Cassville. So 27-0, the Wildcats with the lead. 4.5 left to go here before intermission. 5-yard plunge by Kanan. He's now closing in on 100 yards rushing here in the first half. Cassville started that drive at their own 17-yard line. 8 plays to cover the 83 yards. And now Hernandez will kick it off again for Cassville. This time kicking towards the north end zone once again. The Wildcat kickoff brought to you by Baywash Car Wash. With the IQ Soft Cloth Automatic, gives you the perfect wash every time. Baywash Car Wash in Cassville. Downham and Evie along with Knight, and this time it'll be Knight hauling it in back at the 15-yard line, takes it up against the Cassville sidelines, breaks a tackle, he's out across the 30 and dives out close to the 35-yard line. May have got across that 35. We'll see where they spot it as they bring it back towards the middle of the field from over there on the far sideline.
Well, just straight down the field he went and broke a couple of tackles along the way. Nice return there by the Patriot return man.
Looks like they spotted at the 37, so a good return from Matthew Knight. Patriots take over with 4:23 left to go before halftime. Youngblood gives the ball to Evie. Evie hit, spins off first contact, and falls forward out to the 38. Well, looks like they're going to put it out to 39 for a pickup of nearly 2.
Short gain there on first down, and we need to give some credit here on the lines of scrimmage for the Wildcats. They're doing a good job tonight establishing themselves in this football game. Defensive line being very stingy. Offensive line really getting good push up front as well.
So second down and a long 8 for Patriots. They go unbalanced left side this time with a slot and a flanker on that side of the football. They pass it off to Knight. Knight with the catch behind the line of scrimmage, dives forward. And boy, this is going to be close if he was able to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Well, trying to set up the screenplay, little screen game right there. It looked like, I think that was Ferris coming up from secondary there, sniffing out that play, getting in there, making contact actually in a backfield, and Knight able to make something out of it.
He was able to pick up about a half a yard, but it's going to bring up third down and about 8.5 to go. 3 minutes left to go before halftime now. Clock continuing to run. And the Patriots, after picking up a first down on their first third down conversion try of the night, they are 0 for 5. And now Youngblood looking to throw on third and long. He throws into double coverage. The ball tipped up into the air. As that's the second time tonight, Cassville has gotten to a pass and tipped it away from the intended receiver, and it'll bring up fourth down.
Yeah, good coverage there. 3 Wildcat defenders near the play. And as you said, they're able to tip the football away from the intended receiver right there. 2:51 left in this second quarter. Wildcats going to get the football back here. We'll see in the punt game right here if any instruction was given to the Wildcat return man.
Right now he's back at his own 30-yard line awaiting the kick of Youngblood. Play clock is down to 4 seconds, and East Newton going to have to use a timeout. I'm not sure if they had enough personnel. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. No, it looks like they were short a player, so they had to burn a timeout here with 2:51 left to go before the half. The timeout on the field is brought to you by Security Bank of Southwest Missouri. They're located in Cassville, Wheaton, and Exeter. You sit across from a neighbor when you go to Security Bank. Not only a neighbor, but a decision maker. They have all the newest banking features with the same hometown old-fashioned service. Security Bank, member FDIC.
Wildcats going to have another opportunity to get points on the board going into halftime. Again, Wildcats did win the toss. They elected to defer to the second half, so they will get the football coming out as well.
So the Patriots gathered around Coach Wood and the staff as now they head back out onto the field. Fourth down and nearly 9 to go, and Hernandez back at the 30 awaiting the kick of Youngblood. Youngblood's been doing a really nice job punting the ball tonight. And a little rugby-style kick on this one. This one's not nearly as deep. It bounces to the 40, hops up into the air, but still rolls another 5, or looks like almost 8 yards, all the way down to around the 31 or 32-yard line. So even a short kick that bounced almost straight up when it hit the ground, he still gets a nice roll. And the Wildcats will start at their own 31. Cassville leading 27-0 here as the Wildcats take over possession. Thirty-yard kick and no return that time, and Cassville on first down. Sink looking to throw a slant over the middle. Hernandez makes the catch at the 43-yard line, takes it out across the 50 as he keeps his feet underneath him and all the way into Patriot territory for a first down. A good throw and catch by the Wildcats as Sink hits Hernandez. And it'll be a first down for Cassville at the East Newton 46-yard line. Wildcat first down brought to you by Superior Metal Sales. They're first in custom ag buildings. You can find them on Facebook or YouTube and then give them a call for a free quote. Here goes Ferris around the right end. He's got another first down as he takes it down the Cassville sideline, races inside the 35 down to about the 33. So the Wildcats picking up yardage in chunks right now with 2:20 left to go here in the first half. That time a gain of 13 yards for Ferris. Unofficially 181 yards for Ferris here in the first half. And Sink going to run the option. Pitches to the short side. Ferris gets to the sidelines trying to go up over the top of a defender. We got a flag thrown. And we'll see what this is all about. Stops the clock with 2:04 left to go in the half. And we're going to have a flag against Cassville. So they spot him down at the 21, and the penalty will be marked off from there. So it's a gain of 12 for Ferris. But then the flag will bring it back to the 36. So a big 15-yard penalty. Third flag of the night against the Wildcats for a total of 35 yards. I formation behind Sink. Twin receivers to the left. Sink rolling to the left, under pressure, gets the pass. It's caught by Kanan at the 33. Down the sidelines at the 20, breaks a tackle at the 15 and takes it in for the score. Touchdown Wildcats. They got pressure to Sink. He had to throw the football on the move at a little before he wanted to, but he hit Kanan coming out of the backfield, and Zach Kanan with another nice run after the catch takes it all the way down the Patriots sideline into the end zone. He scores with 1:50 now left to go in the half as Cassville goes up 33-0. So again, Cassville will go for 2 to try to get that missed extra point back. And they go with the Rhino package once again. Full house backfield. Sort of a wishbone set. Sink running in behind blockers, and he takes it around the left end and into the end zone. So 35-0 now. The Wildcats have hit that magic number if they can hold that 35-point advantage to have a running clock in the second half. But right now we've still got just under 2 minutes to go here before halftime, and the Wildcats with the lead. So the 2-point conversion by Sink adds on. The Wildcat touchdown brought to you by Willis Insurance on the square in Cassville and in the Bridgeway Plaza in Shell Knob. Call their Cassville office at 847-3300 or give their Shell Knob office a call at 858-3747. Willis Insurance, your trusted choice insurance agent. The Wildcat Extra Point brought to you by the Barbecue Station, the sweet smell of midday on Main Street in Cassville, all courtesy of the Barbecue Station. One bite will put them at the top of your list of favorite places to eat. They're located at 900 Main on the north side of the Cassville Square. Call 847-0470 for all your catering needs. Hernandez now going to kick it off for the Wildcats. Wildcat kickoff, as always, brought to you by Baywash Car Wash. Clean car is a happy car, and that makes you feel good. Hernandez, a line drive kick. This time bounces at the 15, hits a Patriot player. It's picked up by Knight. He brings it out across the 25, still on his feet, across the 30, out across the 35-yard line. Another good return by Matthew Knight for the Patriots. And they'll take over with 1:44 left to go here before the half.
Well, the up men for the Patriot return team doing a good job of holding these Wildcat coverage men up. Certainly on the last 2 kickoffs. Patriots able to get some nice gains straight at the coverage unit.
So the Patriots take over. Looks like they're going to put it down right at the 35 of East Newton with 1:44 left to go here before the second quarter comes to an end. Tanner Youngblood hands off underneath, gives it to Evie. Evie one-on-one contact at the corner, and a good open field tackle there by the cornerback for the Wildcats, and that was Ewing, as it's good for only about a half a yard gain.
Yeah, Ewing stepping up. Again, disciplined football on the backside, able to step up, make a tackle in the open field. Not always the easiest thing to do, but did a nice job of getting into the legs of the ball carrier.
.115 and counting left to go before intermission. Cassville on top 35-0. The Patriots facing second down and long. Youngblood looking to throw, rolling to his right, fires down the Patriots sideline. Cutter Hicks right there on top of the intended receiver, and that was Andrew Rupert. And the ball comes incomplete, and it'll bring up third down.
Yeah, good job, Hicks, that time to get his left hand right over and around the intended receiver, knock the football away. Good job there.
So the clock stopped with 58 seconds left to go in the half after the incomplete pass, and it'll bring up third down for East Newton. Youngblood gets the play coming in from the sidelines. Cassville sticking with the four-man front. They're going with three linebackers now. They'd set up in the 4-4 earlier. Youngblood drops the football on the fake handoff, now picks it back up, throws it over the middle, and it's bobbled and incomplete out at midfield. Trying to go to Knight, and Hernandez there with the coverage for Cassville, and it'll bring up fourth down.
A dangerous throw there. The snap was bobbled. Youngblood just trying to make something happen out in the middle of the football field, not able to complete that pass. And
he actually got it on target, too, kind of off balance. He put it right into the 1 and the 0 of Matthew Knight, but good coverage by Hernandez to knock it free. Hernandez now awaits the punt, and Youngblood with pressure. Barbie nearly got to it, but Youngblood gets a high kick this time, and Hernandez hauls it in back at the 32-yard line.
Good job there by Hernandez catching that punt, and the Wildcats will have the football with about 45 seconds left until halftime here.
So let's see, we've got that time a little shorter kick, but Hernandez came up to field that one and didn't let it hit the ground. It goes for only 28 yards and no return. First and 10 Wildcats at the 32-yard line. Cassville with the 35-0 lead here late in the first half. And right now it looks like the Wildcats are going to be content to go into the locker room with that 35-point lead as Sink takes a knee, puts the clock in motion. They will probably have to snap it one more time. There's only a second differential between the play clock and the game clock.
Go ahead and snap it, get it over with here.
So the two teams head to the locker room here at Don Johnston Stadium. The Wildcats leading 35-0 as we have hit halftime here in this Big 8 West battle. We're going to take a break, let you hear from our sponsors, then we'll be back with the first half numbers and the Shoemaker Tire Halftime Show. You're listening to Big 8 Football here on the Talon Network. Back at East Newton, we are at halftime. Cassville leading the Patriots 35-0. It's time for tonight's halftime show, brought to you by Shoemaker Tire, family-owned and operated. Shoemaker Tire in Golden, Missouri. They've been serving customers in southwest Missouri and northwest Arkansas since 1961. Find them online at shoemakertire.com. Looking at the scoring summary from tonight's first half, 7:54 left to go in quarter number one. A 45-yard run by Jericho Ferris, and a missed PAT had the Wildcats out in front 6-0. 3:21 left to go in the first quarter. A 49-yard run by Ferris, and the PAT this time was good, made it 13-0 Wildcats. Then into the second quarter, 9:26 left to go before halftime. A 13-yard run from Hayden Sink. 2-point conversion added on, made it 21-0 Cassville. 4.5 left to go in the half. A 5-yard run by Zach Kanan, and the PAT was no good to make it 27-0 Cassville on top. And then a minute 50 left to go before the break. A 36-yard pass from Hayden Sink to Zach Kanan. 2-point conversion added on by Sink makes it 35-0 here at the break.
Good half of football for the Wildcats, and defensively doing an outstanding job out here tonight. Offensively, just handling business is what they're doing, and doing what they need to do, and need to come out here in the second half and finish the ball game.
Role models are more important than ever in today's society. You can serve as a role model for others the next time you display good sportsmanship at a high school athletic event. Good sports are winners and are also vital to preserving our fine sports traditions. So the next time you attend a sporting event, remember to be a good sport and help rekindle the spirit of citizenship. Sportsmanship reminder brought to you by Access Family Care. They have locations in Cassville, Neosho, Aurora, Mount Vernon, and Joplin. Tonight's broadcast also brought to you in part by Sports World, 709 Main Street on the east side of the square there in Cassville. If you're looking for in-stock team apparel, or maybe you're looking for a Letterman's jacket, they can take care of all of those needs at Sports World. Call 847-5366. Tonight's broadcast also brought to you in part by Tomlin's Jewelry and Gifts. If you're looking for art-carved or gold lance class rings at affordable prices, you can order yours today at Tomlin's Jewelry on the northeast corner of the square in Cassville. Other scores around the Big Eight at halftime up in Springfield. Springfield Catholic leading Monette 14-0. Also at halftime at Kelly Field in Aurora, Reed Spring and Aurora tied up at 14. Late in the first half, Mount Vernon and Hollister still looking for the first points of the night. Halftime score down in Seneca, Lamar leading Seneca 24-0. Also at the half at Anderson, McDonald County on top of Nevada 7-0. And late in the first half at Rogersville, the Wildcats leading the Marshfield Blue Jays. Nope, check that, it's tied 7-7 between Marshfield and Logan Rogersville.
Well, all the games close except one, and ought to be exciting finishes in all of them.
35-0, Cassville leading East Newton here at halftime at Don Johnston Stadium. We're going to take a break and be back with the first half stats. You're listening to Big 8 Football here on the Talon Network. Back at East Newton, the Wildcats lead the Patriots 35-0 here at halftime. Tonight's halftime show brought to you, as always, by Shoemaker Tire. They've been a name you can count on for tires since 1961. Mark and the gang at Shoemaker Tire will have you up and running when you need a new set of tires in no time flat, or just when you have no time for a flat. Shoemaker Tire, Highway 86 in Golden, Missouri. Call 271-3490. That's 417-271-3490. Looking at some of the unofficial numbers from the first two quarters here tonight. For the East Newton Patriots, they carried the ball 17 times for a total of 17 yards. They were 1 of 7 through the air for 1 yard for a total of 18 yards of offense. They picked up 2 first downs, had 1 turnover, that on an interception. They were penalized once for 5 yards and punted 5 times for a 34-yard average. Cassville, 26 rushes for 316 yards. They were a perfect 4 of 4 through the air for 101 yards for a total of 417 yards of offense here in the first half. 15 first downs picked up by the Wildcats. They also had a turnover, that coming on a lost fumble. They were penalized 3 times for 35 yards and did not have to punt the football in the first half of play. Leading ball carrier for the Patriots, Nathan Evie, as he's got 23 yards on 9 carries here in the first half. For Cassville, Jericho Ferris, unofficially 193 yards and 2 touchdowns on 12 carries. Zach Kanan has 92 yards and a touchdown on 9 carries, and Hayden Sink has 31 yards on 5 carries and a touchdown. Hernan Hernandez has 1 catch for 33 yards. Cutter Hicks has 1 catch for 9 yards, and Zach Kanan 2 catches for 59 yards and a touchdown here in the first 2 quarters.
It's a lopsided game, Sammy. Both sides of the football, the Wildcats have come in, and they're doing what they need to do, take care of business here in the first half. And again, they just need to come out and finish the game in the second half. The running clock will be in effect as we get this started, and Wildcats, if they can maintain that, try to shorten the game as much as they can and just finish.
It is homecoming here tonight at East Newton, so they have an extended halftime, and that will give us a little bit of an opportunity to remind our viewers once again on CassvilleWebTV.com and YouTube that starting with the district playoffs this year, and that will begin week number 10, that we will no longer be able to stream the games on CassvilleWebTV.com and YouTube. Now, we still will be streaming the video, but the video will have to go through the Missouri State High School Activities Association website, Misha TV. That's MSHSAA.TV. That's MSHSAA.TV. So we'll still be streaming. Todd will be on hand running the camera for us and getting it all out over the airwaves. But you can't go to CassvilleWebTV.com or YouTube and look for Cassville Web TV to find it. Misha takes over rights to the postseason and the playoffs. So the video will be streamed through their website, MSHSAA.TV. So you need to go to that website or go to MSHSAA.org and get yourself familiar with it, because you will have to sign in, create an account, and there will be subscription fees for those playoff games. So just let you know something that's coming once the playoffs roll around, and that starts in years past. It always was up until the championship games. Things were clear, but now they've extended that beyond championship games to postseason playoff games, and that begins in week number 10 when the district tournament starts. So just to give you a heads up on that, we'll continue to update you on that and keep you advised as to what's going on in the next couple of weeks. We still got one more week of the regular season, and then week number 10 rolls around. And an oddity this year, if Cassville can hang on to that top seed, or even if they're one of the top 2 seeds, since there's only 6 teams in the district, they may get a week off in week 10 and have a little chance to heal and mend. But that's still yet to be seen. There's a lot of football left to be played between now and the start of the district playoffs. 2 teams have made their way back, and we're getting closer to the start of the second half. We're going to go ahead and take a break and then be back with quarter number 3. Tonight's halftime show brought to you by Shoemaker Tire, people you can trust for tires. Find them online at shoemakertire.com. Give them a call at 271-3490 or drop by and visit with the folks at Shoemaker Tire, Highway 86 in Golden, Missouri. 35-0, Cassville with the lead over the Patriots. We'll step aside and be back with the second half here from Don Johnston Stadium. You're listening to Big 8 Football here on the Talon Network. Back at Don Johnson Stadium, we are just about ready to start the second half. Cassville leading 35-0 over the Patriots. They got to wait for the clock to reset here and get ready to start the third quarter. Tonight's third quarter brought to you by J&M Pallet Company with the motto "In God We Trust." Remember, during the third quarters of your life, praise God whether you win or lose and give Him the victory. Phone Jeff for all your pallet needs at 847-6732. That's 847-6732. Cassville's going to get the football to start the second half. The Wildcats won the opening toss and deferred their option here to the third quarter. And the Wildcats with the 35-0 lead, so we will have the running clock unless East Newton can put some points on the board. Patriots will be kicking things off here, and Cassville with Hernandez and look like Ewing back to receive the kick. And it will be Ty Bowman kicking off for the Patriots. Jericho Ferris with a couple of rushing touchdowns. Zach Kanan and Hayden Sink with a rushing touchdown as well. And Kanan also has a touchdown reception. The kickoff, Ferris receives it back at the 20-yard line, drops the ball, picks it back up, and then races out across the 25-yard line. So averts disaster right there as he keeps the ball for the Wildcats, and they spot him just across the 25, between the 25 and the 26, and that's where Cassville will start their opening drive of the second half.
Yeah, Ferris had his eyes on the Wildcat, getting to that Wildcat sideline, trying to turn on those Jets before he secured the football. You see it a lot. You got to catch it first and then go.
Wildcats break huddle, come up to the line of scrimmage, letting the play clock run down as much as possible before they snap the football. They've got receivers right and left, split backfield behind Sink. Tight end resets around to the left side, and they pitch the ball back to Kanan. Kanan's got Ferris leading the ways across the 35, across the 40, out across the 45, breaks a tackle at the 50, and he is gone. He takes it down the sidelines and into the end zone for the touchdown. As he got to the edge, it looked like a couple of defenders had the angle on him, but with a burst of speed, Zach Kanan does to East Newton what he did to Monette the very first play of the second half. He takes it the distance for a score.
Yeah, against the Cubs, straight ahead on a dive play, this time a little toss sweep over the wide side of the football field, and you're right. It looked like the Patriots, at least two, had an angle on Kanan, and he just outran the angle down the Patriot sideline. Big play to start the second half for the Wildcats.
And now Hernan Hernandez in to attempt the extra point out of the hold of Cutter Hicks. Snap back, it's a little high, it's down on the tee. Hernandez gets the kick away, and it is up and good. The Wildcat touchdown brought to you by Willis Insurance on the square in Cassville and in the Bridgeway Plaza in Shell Knob. You can call their Cassville office at 847-3300 or give the Shell Knob office a call at 858-3747. And the Wildcat Extra Point is brought to you by the Barbecue Station. They're located at 900 Main, just north of the Cassville Square, the Barbecue Station. You can call them for all your catering needs at 847-0470. Get your bib on at the Barbecue Station. 74-yard touchdown run for Zach Kanan, his second rushing touchdown of the night, his third touchdown of the evening, and that puts him at 166 yards rushing on the night.
Now these Wildcat runners padding some stats out here tonight. Tonight, you got to think Ferris is closing in on that 1,000-yard mark for the season.
He has, by my unofficial stats, and I say very unofficial, but from what I've kept track through the first 8 weeks of the season, he has went over 1,000 yards tonight. He needed about 70 yards tonight, and he's got nearly 200.
Yeah, nice job.
Kick by Hernandez, the Wildcat kickoff brought to you by Baywash Car Wash, fielded back at the 20-yard line. And that's Knight. He drops it just like Ferris did, but picks it back up and races out across the 30 to the 31-yard line.
Yep, I said you see it all the time. It's just you try to get in a hurry. You don't secure the football before you take off, and it'll end up on the ground. And both sides have felt that here in the second half. Both sides able to maintain possession.
So 1st and 10 Patriots, 10.5 left to go here in the third quarter. Cassville leading 42-0. The third quarter tonight brought to you by J&M Pallet Company, where with over 15 years of experience, they specialize in new, used, and custom-built pallets. Give them a call at 847-6732. Youngblood hands the ball off to Evie. Evie trying to get to the edge, pushes away one defender and takes it out across the 35 to the 36, maybe the 37. Strong run by Nathan Evie. He's the leading ball carrier tonight for the Patriots. They do give him the 37-yard line after a 6-yard gain.
Yeah, Evie able to get to the edge, showed a nice stiff arm on the run to evade a Wildcat defender. Able to turn the corner and have a nice gain on first down there.
Unofficially 30 yards on the night, rushing for Evie, the leading ball carrier for the Patriots. East Newton sends a receiver out wide to the left. We've got a flanker and a slot off to the right side, narrow side of the field, and they'll run that direction. Starts to the edge and then cuts it back up inside, and that was Riley Downham. Downham gets his first carry of the night. Looks like he's going to push ahead to the 40-yard line, and it'll bring up third down and short.
Third and about 1 right here. Wildcat defense trying to get the football back here in the third quarter.
Patriots just 1 of 7 on third down conversion tries in the first half. We'll see what happens here on their first third down attempt in the second half, and they do pick up the first down as Evie dives off right tackle and takes it out to the 44-yard line and picks up a first down.
Yeah, good effort there by Evie. Nice job up front. He's able to slip through that line of scrimmage, put a hand down on the ground, maintain balance, and dive at the last second to convert the first down for the Patriots.
Picks up 4 yards. The chains will move. 1st and 10 East Newton. We're down to 8.5 left to go here in the third quarter with the running clock. Cassville leading 42-0. Receiver out wide to the left. Youngblood from the shotgun. Gives inside handoff to Downham, and Downham is hit as soon as he receives the football as Zach Kanan come flying in from his linebacker position. And this is going to be a loss on the play. And it looks like they're going to put it back at the 41 for a loss of 3.
Yeah, big play by Kanan right there. Made a great read, able to just shoot through that line of scrimmage. He's able to do that. The defensive line able to create some space for the linebackers to make plays. Kanan shot through there. Vicious tackle in the backfield.
So 2nd down and 13 now facing the Patriots at their own 41. Youngblood gives it off to Evie. Starts out wide. Makes a nice cut back as he crosses the line of scrimmage and weaves his way out to the 46-yard line as he picks up 5 yards.
A good job there defensively. The outside linebacker on this side is Ferris, and he did a nice job of forcing Evie back to the defense, not allowing him to get to the edge and get to that sideline. Good job there. Good play by the linebacker.
After the nice 5-yard pickup, but because of the loss on the previous play, Patriots facing 3rd down and 8. Unbalanced left. They fake the handoff that direction. Youngblood looking to throw. He's got a man open, and a sliding reception cannot be made at the Cassville 41-yard line. Good effort there by Andrew Rupert, but he couldn't get the hands down underneath the football, and it'll bring up 4th down.
Yeah, sliding play there. Decent pass. Rupert will probably tell you he should have had that, but incomplete nonetheless. And Patriots going to bring the punt team on. Wildcats going to get it back here.
Yeah, Youngblood has had some tough luck tonight. He's put the ball in some good spots, and receivers can't find the handles on it. Tanner Youngblood throwing a lot on the move, and now he's going to be punting the football for the Patriots. Good snap. Gets the kick away. Gets a good leg into this one. And coming up to make the catch is Hernandez at about the 24 or 25-yard line.
Yeah, nice job again. Throw the hand in the air, make a fair catch. Wildcat offense going to come on the field. Probably see some new faces right here, Sammy. Clock continuing to run, down about 6 minutes and 20 seconds to go here in the third. And there's a blend, a mix of new faces, and looks like, yeah, all the starters are exiting the field. New offense on the field right here.
So we'll try to catch you up with the new faces for the Wildcats. Cutter Hicks is going to be the quarterback. We know that. Under 6 minutes to go here in quarter number 3. The Wildcats on top 42-0. Brett Cooper splits out wide to the left. They've got a single receiver out to the right as well. Hicks hands off right tackle. And the ball carrier for Cassville was Jared Reynolds, freshman. Good size, 165 pounds for a freshman. No gain on the play, though, and it'll bring up 2nd down and 10.
Reynolds takes a handoff, trying to go off the right side, and takes a pretty good shot from one of the Patriot defenders. Nice job to hang on to the football. He took a shot there.
Try to get the other running back for the Wildcats in the backfield with Reynolds here in a moment. Man comes in motion. Hicks with a long snap count, pitches the ball. And that new man has the edge. Around the right end he goes. He's still on his feet, has the first down before he is finally forced out of bounds, and that was Bryson Jacobson. And he has a nice carry. Another freshman, I believe, yes, and picks up a Wildcat first down as they'll move the chains.
Wildcats bring tight end from the left side of the offensive line over to the right. Then they run the toss sweeper on the right edge to Jacobson. Nice job to get over to that Wildcat sideline, turn the corner, down the field he went. Nice job picking up that first down.
Wildcat first down brought to you by Superior Metal Sales. Find them online at superiormetalsalesinc.com and look for examples of what they can custom build for you. It's a gain of 11 for Jacobson. First and 10 Cassville at their own 36. The Wildcats continue with the ground attack, and the pile pushes forward out close to the 40-yard line. We're down to 4 minutes left to go here in the third quarter. It's a pickup of 4 yards on the play. And it'll bring up second down and 6.
Cutter Hicks coming into the football game, running the offense. He knows what the job is right here at this point in the football game. Work the clock. Just lead the offense, try to keep the chains moving a little bit.
East Newton showing blitz up the middle. Cassville counters with a quick hitter off right tackle, and they may have enough for a first down. This one's going to be close. It looks like he does have from our vantage point. Again, that was Reynolds on the carry. He moves it out to the 47-yard line, and that will be enough for a Wildcat first down.
Good, nice job. Reynolds just straight ahead right there. Looked like the Patriots trying to dial up a little run blitz maybe. Sometimes when that happens, if you don't get that ball carrier, you'll run right by him. That's what happened. First down.
Tonight's third quarter brought to you by J&M Pallet Company. They repair used pallets, build and design new and custom pallets. Call Jeff at J&M Pallet Company, 847-6732. 3 minutes left to go in the third. First and 10 Cassville at their own 47. Hicks up under center. Gives the ball right up the middle. Goes Jacobson. Jacobson lowering the shoulder, driving across the 45, and takes it all the way down inside the 40-yard line. Good strong run by Bryson Jacobson for another Cassville first down.
Jacobson, as you said, freshman. Saw him get a big hit in special teams earlier in the football game and get an opportunity on Friday night as a ninth grader to come out and run the football, and he's doing a good job right now.
Picks up 15 yards on the carry. He's got 26 yards on his first 2 carries of the night, and it's first down Cassville at the East Newton 38. Down to 2 minutes left to go here in quarter number 3. Cassville on top 42-0. Hicks gives the ball to Jacobson. No, he pulls it back and keeps it himself, trying to get to the edge, and then makes a cutback at the 35 and is upended down at the 30-yard line after picking up nearly 8 yards.
Well, everybody thought Jacobson had the football right there. Hicks doing a nice job of ball faking, keeping it himself, going out the other side, and nice job there on first down.
Second down and 2 now facing Cassville. Play comes in from the sidelines. Ball resting at the East Newton 30-yard line. Both teams' benches short tonight due to injuries and illness and contact isolation. And we got the second unit for the Wildcats. Jacobson, big hole off left tackle. He's inside the 15, inside the 20, takes it down inside the 12-yard line, but a flag comes out, and this one's thrown back at the 25-yard line.
Another hard run by Jacobson right there. You talk about the benches being thin tonight, and normally in a game like this you would see 10th graders, maybe a couple of 11th graders out there. Wildcats using 9th graders out there tonight, and you know what, they're holding their own out there and doing a really nice job.
So it was a gain of 5 for Jacobson, but then a holding call against the Wildcats will move the ball back to the 36-yard line. 4th flag tonight against Cassville for a total of 45 yards. It'll bring up second down and about 9 to go for Cassville. Jacobson had the first down, but the holding call took it away. We're down to 1 minute left to go here in the third quarter with a running clock. Cutter Hicks brings his team up to the line of scrimmage. Play clock down to 5 seconds. Doing a good job managing that play clock right now. Takes the snap with 2 seconds. Gives it off to Reynolds, and Reynolds dive off right tackle inside the 35 down to the 33 as he's able to pick up about 3 yards.
3rd and 5 here, about 30 seconds to go here in the third quarter. Time going by pretty quick on the game clock.
Cassville will have to snap the football one more time. There's about a 7 or 8 second differential between the play clock and the game clock. Wildcats taking their time, though, coming out of the huddle to make sure this is the final play of quarter number 3, unless we have a defensive penalty to stop the clock. Hicks with twin receivers, 2 hips left. Pitches the ball back to the right. Jacobson's got Reynolds leading the way, trying to get to the sidelines. He turns it upfield and has the first down as he races down to around the 20-yard line before he has his legs taken out from underneath him. Good job by Reynolds leading the way, and Jacobson picks up a Cassville first down.
And that'll end the third quarter on a nice play. Toss sweep over towards that Wildcat sideline. Good job, boys.
So we head to the fourth. Cassville leading 42-0. We'll be back right after this. You're listening to Big 8 Football here on the Talon Network. Final 12 minutes on the clock here at East Newton. Cassville leading the Patriots 42-0. Tonight's fourth quarter is brought to you by Remington's Place. They're a proud sponsor of Wildcat football, and they're open before, during, and after the game. Call Remington's Place at 847-0368. That's 847-0368. Cassville 1st and 10 at the Patriot 18-yard line. Split backfield behind Hicks. Quick hitter off left tackle. They go to Jacobson, and this time he runs into a wall of Patriot defenders. He is stopped short of the 15. We'll see where they're going to spot the football. Looks like they put it at the 16 for a gain of 2. Jacobson closing in on 50 yards here on only 5 carries. We've got a running clock here in the fourth quarter. Cassville leading 42-0. So 2nd down and long coming up for Cassville. The ball at the East Newton 16-yard line. Brett Cooper goes wide to the left. And it will be Eli Pickett coming out wide to the right. They pitch the ball to Reynolds. Reynolds gets away from a defender deep in the backfield, but cannot make it back to the line of scrimmage. Good pursuit by the Patriot defense on that play, as Reynolds made one man miss, but he couldn't make the next guy miss as well. And it's going to be no gain on the play, and it'll bring up 3rd down.
Reynolds just not quite able to get around that edge. He did a nice job of eluding a tackler, as you said, in the backfield.
Yeah, because it was going to be about a 3 or 4 yard loss, and it ends up being maybe a half a yard.
Yeah, just didn't quite have that extra step to get on the corner.
So 3rd down and nearly 9 to go for the Wildcats. Hicks gives it to Reynolds, and Reynolds stacked up right up the middle. Is able to spin off one man and take it inside the 15 down to the 14, but he comes up well short of the 1st down marker.
I think that was Hicks that actually kept the football.
Did he keep it himself for the pickup of 2?
Yeah, Hicks is, he's doing a nice job of ball faking back there, and he did. He kept that and went straight down the middle of the field.
Makes the 2nd time tonight. He's pulled it right out of the belly of the running back and took it himself. It's going to bring up 4th down and 6. At the East Newton 14. Wildcats reset the tight end. Long snap count. They pitch it to Jacobson. Jacobson trying to get to the outside and coming in from behind and making a nice tackle for a loss on the play is Lane Baker.
Well, Wildcats bringing the tight end from the left side to the right side once again. We saw Jacobson in the third quarter run the toss sweep for a big gain on that play, and this time the Patriots were not fooled. Sniffed it out. Jacobson nowhere to go on the toss sweep.
That group of Wildcats, though, doing a nice job hanging on to the ball for 13 plays and taking it all the way down inside the 20-yard line. The Patriots will now take over at their own 20. They pitch the ball to Downham, and Downham breaking tackles around the right end, fights his way across the 25 out to about the 27 or 28 before he is finally brought down.
Down him running hard off the right side. It's good to see, and a game like this, it's good to see these backs continue to run hard and competing.
They give him 8 out to the 28-yard line as we're down to 8:40 left to go here in the fourth quarter. Again, tonight's fourth quarter brought to you by Remington's Place. They're open before, during, and after the game. 209 Highway 76 south of Cassville. Call Remington's Place at 847-0368. Second down and 2. Patriots going to run to the wide side of the field this time. And so we've got a new ball carrier, and that was Joe Jackson, sophomore for the Patriots. Picks up 2 yards, but is stopped just short of the 30, and it'll bring up third down and less than a yard.
Third and very short. Right here, Wildcat defenders, defensive line. We've got a lot of new faces on the defensive side of the ball here. It's just a good opportunity in games like these to get those young guys on the field.
So third and short, the surge goes right up the middle, and it looks like the surge was good enough for a Patriot first down, and it is. So Youngblood keeps it himself as they push out to the 32-yard line. A gain of 2, and it'll be first and 10 Patriots. Down to 7.5 left to go here in the ball game. Cassville leading 42-0. Patriots go unbalanced to the right side, receiver that way along with the flanker, and they run the ball that direction. As Downham gets the call, he'll turn it up at the hash, and a quick burst of speed out to the 35-yard line. Picks up a couple of yards. Looks like they're going to give him 3, and it'll be second down and 7.
Yeah, good job by the Wildcat defense. The play looked to be set up to have some decent yardage out in front of it. The Wildcat defense able to stuff it.
So second down, 7 coming up for the Patriots. This time they stack things up on the left side, and they're going to run that direction. Cassville defense comes up to make a stop, as Evie, the ball carrier, dropped short of the 40-yard line. Going to spot him down at the 39 after a gain of 4.
A good tackle on the play. Looked like Moeller, also Jacobson, playing the linebacker position.
Evie now with 42 yards rushing on the night, the leading ball carrier for the Patriots. As we close in on the midway point of quarter number 4, third down and 2. Patriots with only 1 third down conversion on the night. We'll see what happens here. They give the ball to Downham. Downham trying to run around defenders who have made their way into the Patriot backfield, and he cannot elude them, and it's going to be a loss on the play.
Well, really good job right at the point of attack. Justin Miller able to really kind of blow things up in the backfield, allow some other defenders to fly to the football, but Miller right over there really disrupted that play. He didn't end up making the tackle, but he was the cause of it. Good job.
It's a loss of 1, and it'll bring up fourth down and nearly 4 to go for the Patriots. Cassville stacks the box. They've got 8 players within 5 yards of the line of scrimmage. Youngblood looking to throw, and he's in and out of the hands of the intended receiver. And, boy, that's been the story when the Patriots have gone to the air tonight. They have had difficulty making connection between quarterback and receiver, and the Cassville Wildcats will take over on downs.
Yeah, and you alluded to it a little earlier, Sammy, is several of these throws from Youngblood have not been bad throws. They've been very catchable footballs, and his receiving crew just let him down tonight. That's that first down right there, going to take him off the field with the incompletion.
So Cassville takes over at the Patriot 38 with 5 minutes left to go. Wildcats on top 42-0. A lot of freshmen back out on the field for Cassville. They were moving the ball last time. They started back at their own 25, took it all the way down inside the 15 at one point before a loss on the play. And then they turned it over on downs. We'll see what they can do here as they take over at the East Newton 38. Cutter Hicks, your quarterback. He's still got Jacobson and Reynolds in the backfield. And he fakes the handoff to Reynolds. Hicks is going to keep it himself. Runs in behind Jacobson. Makes a cut back at the 30. Still on his feet at the 25. Makes another man miss and takes it down inside the 20-yard line. All the way down close to the 17. It'll be a first down for Cassville.
Well, a good, really nice run there by Hicks, but a really good job of getting the play off as the Wildcats were late getting some bodies on the field. They broke the huddle with about 5.5 seconds on the play clock, and Hicks able to get them set and ready to go, and run a nice play.
Takes it down to the 18-yard line. It's a gain of 20 on the carry for Hicks and a first down for Cassville. The Wildcat first down brought to you by Superior Metal Sales. You can like them on Facebook or check them out on YouTube and request a free quote. Check them out online, SuperiorMetalSalesInc.com, for examples of what they can custom build for you. Hicks this time hands the ball off up the middle, and Reynolds gets the call, and he fights his way inside the 15. Still on his feet, but the whistle's finally sound as his forward progress was stopped. Looks like they're going to spot him down at the 13-yard line after a pickup of 5.
A good hard run that time by Reynolds. And, give credit to these young backs come in here, Sammy. They've come in and they've run very hard tonight and trying to earn some respect.
So 2nd down and 5, Cassville, as we close in on 3 minutes now left to play here in the fourth quarter. The Wildcats leading 42-0. Reynolds and Jacobson stay split behind Cutter Hicks. Takes a snap with just a second or two left on the play clock, and the Wildcats continue to run the ball between the tackles. And the pile moves forward down to the 11 as Jacobson is able to pick up 2 yards.
Clock under 3 minutes, 2 minutes and 40 seconds to go here. Wildcats, if they can get a first down here.
It's 3rd down and 2 right now. Play clock down to 5 seconds. Hicks gives the handoff to Jacobson. Jacobson, with good blocking over there on the left side, dives down to the 9, but did he get enough to pick up the first down? Looks like they signal he did not, and it'll bring up 4th down and less than a yard to go.
Game clock right at 2 minutes here.
If they can pick up the first down, they can run out the clock.
Correct.
But they've got about 2 feet to pick up. 4th and short inside the 10. Cutter Hicks under center. Going to take the quarterback keeper. Bounces off a couple of defenders, and it looks like he's got enough for the first down. He took a lick, but he does pick up the yard needed, and the chains will move. And the Wildcats push the ball down to the 7 after a 2-yard gain.
And that'll do it. The Wildcats will have to snap the ball a couple of times here.
We're down to 1:20 left to go in the ball game. Again, tonight's fourth quarter brought to you by Remington's Place. They're located at 209 Highway 76 south of Cassville. They're open before, during, and after the game. Call Remington's Place at 847-0368. So 1st and goal for the Wildcats, and they'll go into the victory formation. Hicks takes the knee, and he'll have to do it one more time. Under a minute to go here in the fourth quarter. Cassville going to improve to 6-2 on the season, and they will hang on to that top spot in the district as we go into week number 9. Next week they'll be at home taking on McDonald County, and right now McDonald County leading Nevada in a close one, 13-7 in the fourth quarter. One more knee for Hicks, and that will do it. The Wildcats come on the road to Don Johnson Stadium and pick up a victory, 42-0 tonight on a beautiful evening for high school football. Wildcats got out to a quick start. They built up a comfortable lead at halftime and then scored on their very first play of the second half to extend that lead, and they go on to the win here this evening over the Patriots as Cassville picking up their 3rd consecutive win. And again, they will improve to 6-2 on the season and close out the regular season next Friday at home against the Mustangs.
Well, Wildcats, just like a lot of teams, didn't get real good news a lot this week and losing some teammates and guys that they may not have available next week either. But they're able to maintain focus. Coaching staff did a great job, and the players coming out here tonight and doing what they needed to do. They need to first and foremost win the football game, and they won it impressively. Big-time performances tonight from several players, and defense throws a shutout. Just a great job by this Wildcat football team.
42-0, Cassville with the victory. We're going to take a break and be back with the postgame show. You're listening to Big 8 Football here on the Talon Network. Back at Don Johnson Stadium, Cassville victorious tonight over the Patriots, 42-0. The Wildcats had a 35-0 lead at the break, and then they scored the only points of the second half. In fact, it was the very first play of the second half, a 74-yard run from Zach Kanan, his second rushing touchdown of the night. The Wildcats extended their lead to 42-0, and that ended up being our final score here tonight as the Wildcats improved to 6-2 on the season. Cassville will close out the regular season next Friday night at home, taking on the McDonald County Mustangs. We've got some other scores to go over, and we've got the final game stats and also a visit with Coach Parnell, but we'll take a quick break and be back with more here from East Newton right after this. Back at East Newton, the Wildcats win it tonight 42-0 over the East Newton Patriots. Now joined by the head coach of the Wildcats, Coach Lance Parnell, for the post-game interview. It's brought to you by Arvest Bank. They're committed to Cassville, and they're there to support the community. Local decisions, local commitment. Arvest Bank, member FDIC. Coach, congratulations. Come on the road tonight and pick up a Big 8 West win over the Patriots.
Thank you, Sam. It was a big win for us tonight. It was been a long week with everything, and I was really, really proud of the way our kids came out and stayed focused after the week we've had, and I thought we played really, really good football.
You and I always visit early to midweek for the coaches interview for the pregame show, and you had said then that there were some kids that would probably be out, but then midweek you got hammered by a second wave, and you had to make a lot of substitutions and moving around, pieces in and out for tonight's ballgame.
We did, and we had 24 players on our roster quarantine tonight, and those are 24 healthy kids. I'll make sure that everybody understands. We did not have a positive case on our football team. It was all contact tracing stuff. So Tuesday we got hit with a wave, and I lost 12 kids, and we got hit again yesterday afternoon late, and already had a few that had been out. So, that's what I'm saying. I'm so proud of this football team. Obviously, you watched it at home tonight. You didn't see Drake Reese kicking tonight, and that was very unfortunate. He's a big part of us that wasn't able to play with us tonight. And, he was one of those unfortunate COVID casualties that we had this week. But, our kids rose to the occasion. Even our young kids that had to step in roles throughout the week to get us prepared for tonight. And, man, we've talked about mature, and I saw a group mature again tonight to handle what we went through this week and come out and play this well tonight.
Yeah, because we talk a lot about distractions during normal seasons, and that's got to do with all kinds of things from school being out to homecoming or something like that, or injuries. But a whole different group of distractions that teams have to face this year. But this team came out focused tonight. You established early that you were going to run the football. You ran it effectively, and you score on all but one possession there in the first half. The only time that you didn't score was when you turned the ball over. An unfortunate miscue there, but very efficient in the first half of play.
We were, and before that, every body is dealing with the same stuff. Not every football team. I mean, it was so tragic that our girls softball team did not get to play in districts this week. They had a phenomenal year, and before we start talking about tonight, I want to give a shout out to our softball team and just congratulate them and Coach Vidomchek on a great season. And really just sad that they didn't get the opportunity to play. Our volleyball team's gone through the same thing, and those girls work so hard and they've missed a lot of games. All of our athletes are fighting that. We weren't sure what we were going to bring tonight. We were able to bring enough, and our kids played it, and we did. I thought we were very efficient in the first half. We came out. I thought, we took control of the game early, running the football. Zach and Jericho just started ripping off runs, and that's behind our offensive line, and got things going the right way.
Yeah, huge chunks of yardage taken up by those guys in the first half. You'd already ran for over 300 yards in the first two quarters, finished with nearly 500 yards rushing tonight, and a big chunk of that was your second unit that came in there in the fourth quarter, and they were doing a great job moving the ball.
They did. We like I said, we were a little short-handed. We traveled 34 players tonight, which is extremely high. We had two freshman running backs. Those were our backup running backs tonight coming into the ball game because of some of our other kids not being available. And, Bryson Jacobson and Jared Reynolds came in and ran really, really well. Cutter did a great job at quarterback second half. But, two young freshmen get their first opportunity on a Friday night. Those were their first snaps of the year on a Friday night. Had some big special team snaps for us as well, but really, really proud of those kids.
Yeah, those three guys, Hicks, Reynolds, and Jacobson, account for nearly 100 yards on the ground. Hicks had over 30, Reynolds 20, and Jacobson nearly 50. Those guys did a super job carrying the ball for you there when you needed to run some clock, keep things moving along, and they did that for you.
And it did, and at that point we just wanted to stay on the field, offensively and run the clock and get this thing to the end of the fourth quarter and get everybody on the bus healthy.
Ferris and Kanan both go over 100 yards rushing tonight. Each had 2 rushing touchdowns. Ferris nearly 200 yards on the ground. Kanan with a couple of big runs, finished with over 160, and Ferris goes over 1,000 yards for the season tonight.
He did, and I'm super proud of Jericho. Well, proud of both of them, but, Jericho, was our workhorse early in the year when Zach was out, and, just put us on his back and carried us, and he has just grown so much as a young man. I couldn't be more proud of him. He's playing at a high level on both sides of the football and had a big night tonight running the football. And, like I said, I couldn't be more happy for him.
Both of those guys really showed their skills tonight, too. The line was doing a nice job making some holes for them and letting them get to the edge, but then they were making guys miss. We saw their power at times. We saw both of them show their speed at times. They were showing everything this evening.
Oh, they did, and Zach's such a great young man, good football player, I love him defensively. Coach Weldy loves him offensively, and you saw his speed there on the first play of the second half. He can run, but, just talking about his character there in the second quarter, I thought he was getting a little bit winded on a long offensive drive, and we punch it in and score, and I'm like, hey, Zach, I got you this series, buddy. Got you defensively. We don't even get to the kickoff. He's like, Coach, I'm good. I'm going to go. Okay, bud. I mean, that's just the type of young man he is. He's such a competitor and a leader for us, and you can see him getting better and better and better since he's come back, from that early season injury, and we're excited that he's continuing to get healthier and healthier and playing at a high level. 42
points and nearly 600 yards of offense tonight for Cassville as they pick up their 6th win of the year, and now you close out the regular season next Friday night, get to play at home. McDonald County is going to be coming to town. McDonald County, if they can, they got upended by Nevada tonight. They were the only unbeaten left in the West, and now they lose tonight 14-13 to Nevada, so they're going to be coming to your place next Friday.
Well, the way the schedule's fallen, we've seen them on film a couple times. Very good football team, that kind of goes back and forth with the West. In all the Big 8 we've talked about this year, just back and forth. Nevada's a much improved team. I just talked to our kids. We've got to continue to move forward. Now we're getting to that point where you can start looking at some district seeding stuff. To lock up a district seed for us, we need to win Friday night at home against Mack County. We want to be the 1 seed in our district. To guarantee that, we need to win. So, our focus has been since really that week 5 game when we were kind of a roller coaster is to continue to get better each and every week. I think we've done that the last 3 weeks in a row. We've got another opportunity week 9 at home against Mack County to continue to take another step forward and play good football in this last half of the season.
Yeah, Cassville improving to 6-2 and 4-1 in the West. McDonald County with the loss tonight falls to 4-3 and 2-1 in the West. And of course, who gets to be conference champ in the East and the West? Somebody else is going to have to figure that out because everyone's coming up short on games and everyone's going to have different conference records. But everyone's focusing now, like what you just said, we're going to week number 9, district standings. You want to have one of those top seeds in the district so you can get a home game. And this year's going to be something unique for Cassville and their district with only 6 teams. Those top 2 seeds are going to get a first-round bye, so you get a little chance to heal up and get rested.
Exactly, and I hope what I'm getting ready to say doesn't come across the wrong way because I sure don't mean it to. But my predecessor had a statement that we want to win a district championship. Conference championships are great. Don't get me wrong. I love putting plaques and patches on kids' vests, but we're focused right now. We want to win week 9. We know our future lies in our district. We can't control tiebreakers and all that. We stubbed our toe earlier in the year in a conference game, and that will probably end up coming back and biting us in the rear for a conference thing. We're going to focus on district football. We need to win next Friday, lock up that 1 seed, and then continue to improve and get better as we move forward because we're going to turn around and play the exact same teams in our district.
Right.
So here we go again for round 2.
Yeah, because you're exactly right. District championships to do what Cassville has done in the past, winning state titles or making it to state championship games like they did a year ago, you've got to claim a district championship to be able to do that.
Absolutely. And again, I hope that doesn't come across the wrong way because I definitely don't mean it. Don't mean to slide it. But that's our focus now, I guess would be the best way to put it. We want to continue to get better each week. We want to be playing really good football when district comes around, and we want to win a district championship because that allows us to continue to play that next week and the next week. And, we talk about 1 week at a time. This year it's 1 day at a time.
That's exactly right.
We're going to get better this week. We're going to be ready to play next Friday night at home. It's going to be senior night. We kind of rolled the dice. I tried to keep things as normal as I could, and I kept senior night on week 9 when a lot of them had already been done, and that was just my way of saying I want things normal for these kids, and we've got to week 9, and hopefully we continue to have a good week next week, and I'm excited to honor these seniors next week in senior night and play a big ball game at home next Friday night.
Yeah, even with everything that happened and all the adversity, we've made it through 8 weeks and go into the final week of the regular season. Coach, we appreciate your time as always. Congratulations on the victory here tonight. Have a safe trip home. We'll catch up with you again next week.
Hey, thanks a lot. Before I get off here, I don't know how many of our brothers that didn't get to make the trip tonight or listen to the post game, but man, we miss you guys. We're thinking about you. We look forward to having you back in the next week or 2. And we'll be ready to keep moving forward when we get you back.
Next Friday night at Cassville, the Wildcats hosting McDonald County. Coach Parnell joining us here on the post-game show, and it's brought to you by Arvest Bank. They offer competitive loan rates and easy application process. You can ask one of their friendly lenders for details today. Arvest Bank, member FDIC, an equal housing lender. We'll step aside and be back to wrap things up right after this. Back once again here at Don Johnson Stadium. Cassville wins at 42-0 tonight over the East Newton Patriots. Looking at the team stats, the Patriots carried the ball 28 times for 48 yards. They completed one pass on 9 attempts for a single yard, held to 49 yards of offense tonight, picked up 4 first downs. They turned it over once on an interception. They were penalized once for 5 yards and punted 6 times for a 34-yard average. Cassville unofficially rushed 45 times for 485 yards. They were 4 of 4 through the air for 101 yards for 586 total yardage. 23 first downs picked up by the Wildcats. They had 1 turnover, that coming on a lost fumble. They were penalized 4 times for 45 yards and did not punt the football tonight. Leading ball carrier for the Patriots this evening was Nathan Evie, as he carried for 42 yards to lead the Patriot ground attack. Cassville was led by Jericho Ferris, nearly 200 yards. I had him unofficially at 193 and 2 touchdowns on 12 carries. Zach Kanan, 166 on 10 carries and 2 touchdowns. Hayden Sink had 31 yards on 5 carries and a touchdown. And then the second unit came in, and it was Bryson Jacobson carrying for 46 yards, and Cutter Hicks carried for 32 yards, and Jared Reynolds carried for 20 yards. Zach Kanan also had 2 catches for 59 yards and a touchdown. Cutter Hicks had 1 catch for 9 yards, and Hernan Hernandez had 1 catch for 33 yards on the evening. So it's time for our post-game awards. Our Wildcat Hard Hit of the Night is brought to you by B&K Auto Body. They fix hard hits, and that's their specialty. They use a Black Hawk frame, rack, and measurement system. They have free computerized estimates. B&K Auto Body. They also work with all major insurances. Phone 847-3990. That's 847-3990. And it came on special teams, and we just talked about Bryson Jacobson with the 46 yards rushing tonight, but he also gets our hard hit of the night, as on a special teams play, he came in and laid the pads to the return man for the Patriots.
Well, I haven't noticed Bryson getting in any games to this point. He gets his opportunity tonight, and hey, special teams, that's a shot. He comes down and he lays a shot on the return man, big hit, and got a chance offensively too, and did a good job over there. But his hit on special teams there, just head to head, met the upperclassman head on, no fear. Just a good lick out there for Bryson Jacobson.
Again, it's our hard hit of the night. It's brought to you by B&K Auto Body. They offer you car rental, 24-hour towing, and certified technicians when your vehicle has been smashed by a hard hit. Call B&K Auto Body at 847-3990. Tonight's Wildcat Player of the Game is brought to you by Fast Trip at 104 South Main in Cassville. Great prices and friendly service is what you'll find at Fast Trip, locally owned by Mike and Anita Carr. And our Player of the Game is Zach Kanan. He not only did it defensively, but he also had a huge night offensively. 166 and 2 touchdowns on the ground, 59 yards in receiving, and a touchdown there as well. Over 200 yards of offense and 3 touchdowns tonight for Zach Kanan.
Yeah, impressive night. We had a few impressive nights out here tonight. His stood out just a little bit more, but just a good game and good offensive showing all the way around for the Wildcats.
Again, Zach Kanan, our Player of the Game, brought to you by Fast Trip. Ice cream, snacks, fountain drinks, grocery items, fuel, whatever you need, they've got it at the very best prices. Fast Trip, 104 South Main in Cassville, locally owned by Mike and Anita Carr. Well, that's going to wrap it up here tonight from Don Johnson Stadium. We thank you for tuning in this evening here on the Talon Network, whether on the radio, online, or watching on web TV. And we'll be back next Friday night when Cassville returns to Wildcat Stadium to host the McDonald County Mustangs. East Newton will be taking on Lamar next Friday night, so things don't get any easier for the Patriots. I'm going to check real quick and see whether that's a road game. It is, so they have to head up to Barton County to take on the Lamar Tigers. But Cassville with a big win here tonight. They hang on to that top spot in the districts, and that's what you want to do this time of year. Make sure you're up there at the top of your district so you can get those home games in the playoffs, and Wildcats take one step closer to district play with a big win here tonight.
Yep, and there's business yet to deal with.
One more game next Friday.
You got to go, and you've got McDonald County coming to town. They lost a close one tonight. I suspect they'll be ready to go and bring some playmakers to Cassville next Friday night. The Wildcats will be ready to get after it too. And again, they're playing. They hold their destiny in their own hand. Cassville, they win the game, they win the top seed. So that's just, you got to play football and you got to win games.
Everything else in the Big 8, with the exception of one game, has gone final here in week number 8. Springfield Catholic defeats Monette 21-6. Aurora comes back and knocks off Reed Spring 22-20. Lamar was a 37-6 winner over Seneca. Nevada holds off McDonald County 14-13. And it was Rogersville over Marshfield 28-14. The only game that we do not have a final as of yet, and that's at Mount Vernon. Hollister was leading Mount Vernon late in the fourth quarter by a score of 12-7. And we haven't got a final. Now we have. Nope, it's still a little bit of time left in the fourth quarter, but Mount Vernon now has taken the lead 14-12. So Mount Vernon tried to end that 3-game losing slide. They started off 4-0, but then their star receiver, Rafe Darter, got hurt. They've been hit with some COVID-19 troubles as well, and they had lost 3 straight, but they have taken the lead 14-12 over Hollister. And that game late in the fourth quarter, that one's getting close to wrapping up, but that's the only Big 8 game that has not gone final as of yet here in week number 8. As one game left now in the regular season for all of these teams. Some teams in the Big 8 are going to come up a little short due to games that got canceled, but week number 9, next Friday night.
Hey, it'll be senior night, and the boys will be able to get honored out there. It's a big night for the team and the players and coaches, and those guys, they want to finish with a win on their last regular season game on their home field. So ought to be exciting, ought to be a good game. McDonald County can put up points, and we've seen that this year, but the Wildcat defense sure looked good tonight, and I expect they'll be ready to go next Friday.
We invite you to join us next Friday from Wildcat Stadium for the broadcast. We'd like to thank everyone here at East Newton High School for the courtesy and hospitality here tonight. Athletic Director Tony Branscombe and all of his staff, and Doug Gripka here in the press box for all of his help this evening. We thank them also very, very much. Always a great time coming over here, a bunch of friendly folks. We appreciate all the hospitality tonight. Thanks to all of our sponsors for helping support our broadcast, whether on the radio or on web TV. We appreciate their support so much to get these games out to our listening audience, and also their support of Cassville High School athletics here on the Talon Sports Network. We'll look forward to being back next Friday night from Cassville as the Wildcats host the McDonald County Mustangs to close out the regular season. Once again, our final score here tonight, Cassville defeats East Newton by a score of 42-0. Speaking for Todd and Jeremy, this is Sammy Clapper saying thanks so much for joining us, and good night from Don Johnson Stadium.